99.1 WNEW, Washington's News Radio.
Like my good friend Stacy Lynn just told you, 67, some clouds in the district at 10:30 on this Saturday, June 2nd, 2012. I'm Chris Barnes. Good morning. Here's what's happening. Going down, the numbers we're getting from utility companies when it comes to those pesky storm-related outages. The experts say we may have seen some tornadoes in the mid-Atlantic yesterday, but they have to investigate before they'll confirm that's what they were. The president says in his weekly message the job creation numbers are okay, but certainly not good enough. Republicans say they want him to support keeping some tax breaks in place. And the UN's top human rights official says there should be no amnesty for crimes committed by the Syrian regime. No more bad weather in the immediate forecast. Partly sunny today, a high of 76, and not too shabby tomorrow either. It was a tough week for Wall Street, ending yesterday with more drops on the Dow, down 275 points. That's 2.2%. The S&P slipped 32. The NASDAQ, it lost 80. Oh, by the way, also in Money Watch, more talk of controlling things with our minds. In sports, Steven Strasburg's on the mound this afternoon for the Nats. They're hosting Atlanta at 4:05. Those teams were rained out last night. The Orioles lost to Tampa Bay. The O's play TB again at 4 this afternoon. Celts beat the Heat in last night's NBA playoff action in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight. The Kings and Devils will drop the puck at 8. WNEW News Time, 10:31. First traffic. Every 10 minutes on the ones. Bill Fonte's in the Ted Britt Ford Traffic Center. Hiya, Bill.
Hello. We could use a little good news, and we got it for you if you're on the BW Parkway northbound. Traffic was all blocked up there because of some road work. That has cleared out, so traffic is back to normal. So 95 and the BW Parkway between the beltways looking good at this time. 270 run out to Frederick, no problems or delays. The beltway all the way across the top side, no real problems. Again, as you continue around, no delays past Route 50. On 50 itself, they still have that accident working Collinton Road. Not causing any major backups, just a little slow going as you go through the work zone. After that, it opens up as you head towards the tolls. Pay the tolls, and you're on your way. East and westbound looking good across the bridge. On the eastern shore, no reported problems at this time. As you continue on the beltway towards Virginia, though, you do have heavy stop and go from St. Barnabas Road all the way through the work zone on the bridge. They have the express lanes closed, just the local lanes getting by. If you are headed now southbound on 95, you may want to take 495 through Silver Spring as your alternate route. On the Virginia run of the beltway, 95 headed down to Fredericksburg and back, no problems or delays. 66 looks good all the way out to 81 and back. 267, they did have a problem just after the tolls on the Greenway, but that has cleared out and everything's back to normal. The whole beltway looking good at this time. If you have a traffic tip for us, give us a call on the Michael & Son Cooling Traffic Tip Line at 888-991 WNEW. Your next traffic at 1041 on All News 99.1.
WNEW News Time, 10:33. We had a lot of power outages. Pepco alone had about 18,000 out after the storms last evening. But Myra Opal, a spokesperson for Pepco, says that company's crews have been working really hard all through the night and all day today.
And the crews will be out until the last customer is restored.
And now the latest outages from our WNEW Storm Desk show that Pepco has 61 active outages, as they put it, but it affects 501 customers, they say, in D.C., Montgomery, and Prince George's County. Again, that is way down from that 18,000 that they had at the height of their problems. BGE in Baltimore County has 4,500 and change still without power, and 137 are without it in Howard County. Dominion, 787 people without power in the northern Virginia part of the territory, and 11 in the Shenandoah Valley area. Potomac Edison, 247 customers now reportedly affected in Frederick County. Now, some of these numbers have been going up rather than down, but sometimes the rise is short-lived. And I'll tell you what I know. Now, I'm not a utility crewman, but I play one on the radio sometimes. Here's what happens. A lot of times, besides the fact that some folks are just discovering that they're out of power and they're just reporting these things, sometimes, they're giving us true quotes of how many outages there are. And that sometimes includes people that have to be shut off temporarily so that crews can then get the power restored and fix the equipment. So, again, some of these numbers will make some major differences in either direction at times, and sometimes it's because of their efforts to get the power back on to everybody. So that's the story as of now. The numbers I just gave you, we'll be passing them along as we get them from the utility companies. Now, several possible tornadoes were reported late yesterday in Maryland and Virginia, but National Weather Service experts say they have to investigate these before they can be confirmed. Roger Voigt of Carroll County in Maryland says he's pretty sure that he saw a tornado there.
It was just swirling around sideways. It was like it was spinning around and power washing the house sideways. It was absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like that. It was just total white.
Harford County authorities say there are reports of tornado touched down in Falston last evening. The county executive, David Craig, says residents believe they saw it at about 5:30, and the roofs of several buildings, mainly commercial structures, did sustain damage. The county government spokesman, Robert Thomas, told us.
One, auto dealership suffered some severe damage. Another was a single-family dwelling that a tree fell into.
And 2 people in one of the damaged buildings were hospitalized. One had to be taken to shock trauma, in fact. No word on their current conditions. In other news, after yesterday's disappointing jobs report from May, President Obama was today urging Congress in his weekly message to pass a jobs bill that he sent to Capitol Hill months ago.
My message to Congress is, let's get to work. Right now, Congress should pass a bill to help states prevent more layoffs so we can put thousands of teachers and firefighters and police officers back on the job.
Republican Senator John Cornyn of Texas gave the Republican message. He says Democrats are promoting what he calls gimmicks, and unless Congress and the president act, he says Americans will have to deal with a tax increase of nearly $500 billion. He says that tax hike could push the nation back into recession. Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton is bringing a message of cooperation to one of the world's last frontiers of unexplored oil, gas, and mineral deposits. She's trekking north of the Arctic Circle to the Norwegian city of Tromsø to underscore the region's rising significance as melting ice caps accelerate the opening of some new shipping routes, as well as fishing stocks and drilling opportunities. 69 degrees now, mostly cloudy at the moment in downtown D.C., but it's been a mix of sun and clouds, and for the most part, it's going to be a nice weekend. Partly sunny for the most part for the rest of today with a high of 76. Any clouds you see are just the fair weather variety. No rain in the forecast this weekend. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 60. Tomorrow, periods of clouds and sun and a high of 77. And then late tomorrow night, showers come in. And they'll stick around into early Monday, perhaps. A mix of clouds and sun on Monday with a high of 76. And some unsettled weather on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. Again, we've got 69 and some clouds in the district, headed for a high of 76. Weather updated every 4 minutes around the clock on All News 99.1. WNEW News Time, 10:37.
Don't think you can sell your home in this market? You may be right, but how do you know? Have you done research or gotten expert advice? Having the facts is easier than ever with Redfin's free home price tool. Just go to tryredfin.com, input your address, and you can determine what your home is worth using the same process that agents do. And you can even edit to make your range more accurate. If you'd like, our agents can work with you too, with no obligation. Then, when you're ready to sell, Redfin will give you maximum exposure on our site and across the web. Plus, since we charge half of the traditional agent's commission, we can also put thousands of extra dollars back into your pocket. Redfin can sell your home faster and for more money with lower fees and no compromises. To get all the facts and try Redfin's free home price tool, just go to tryredfin.com. That's tryredfin.com. tryredfin.com.
Okay, all right, I will. WNEW News Time, 10:38, time for some entertainment news. The Fox News Channel producer who's credited with a 4-minute video that criticized President Obama is going to keep his job at Fox after all. That's despite the fact the top brass at the news channel did say the piece never should have aired. Last Wednesday, though, it did air, twice, on the morning Fox and Friends program.
So we decided to take a look back at the president's first term to see if it lived up to hope and change.
Fox Executive VP for Programming Bill Shine said yesterday Chris White will, quote, remain employed with us. Word is at the time White had been discussing leaving Fox for CNN, but it turns out the day after the video aired, CNN said, we're not going to hire him. Media critics, even some conservative ones, suggested Fox went too far by airing that advocacy video during what is supposed to be a news program. Get ready for a comic character reboot. In a few days, they'll release an edition in which the Green Lantern enjoys a romantic kiss with his partner in civilian life. before donning his skin-tight unitard.
So, not that I'm complaining, but are we going to be the only menfolk at this party?
That from a episode of the Green Lantern cartoon series, by the way. Alan Scott's The Green Lantern, the gay Green Lantern, and the title Earth 2 that goes on sale this coming Wednesday. It'll be competing for attention with the Marvel Comics character North Star, who is due to marry his boyfriend in an astonishing X-Men issue that's due on comic book shelves on the 20th of June. We'll check first traffic and weather next. WNEW News Time, 1040.
You heard every possible ad about buying gold and silver. You've heard all the benefits rolling over your IRA or 401k into a gold IRA, but you haven't heard this. American Bullion, the leader in gold IRA rollovers, is offering to set up your gold IRA account for free. That's right. When you start a gold IRA rollover through American Bullion, you pay no IRA setup, no rollover fees for 1 full year. The time is now to protect and diversify your retirement assets with gold. Call American Bullion and get it done over the phone in less than 10 minutes. Call 800-600-4849. That's 800-600-4849. American Bullion will set up your gold IRA and roll over any portion of your current retirement assets into real gold free of charge. When it comes to owning gold in your retirement account, you need to go with the leader, American Bullion. Call 800-600-4849. Minimum rollover is $10,000 to qualify.
WNEW News Time, 1041. First traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the ones. Here's Bill Fonte in the Ted Britt Ford Traffic Center.
Well, looking at the roads, we are seeing some heavy traffic on that Wilson Bridge incident. They're doing the road work on the express lanes. Only the local lanes getting through. Before St. Barnabas is when you start to slow down, I should say, really. Before St. Barnabas is where you start to stop and go. Very heavy stop and go through the entire work zone until you get into Virginia. Once you're in Virginia, the 95 run looking pretty good. As you head southbound down to Fredericksburg and back, no reported problems or delays. Rest of the Capital Beltway looking good as you pass 66 out to I-81, having no problems or delays there. On the Dulles Toll Road, the Dulles Greenway had an accident there, but that has cleared out, so that's good news. Around into Maryland, 270, all the way out to Frederick and back, looking good. 95 okay, and good to see this. The BW Parkway also clear with no problems or delays at this time. The earlier road work has cleared. On Route 50, still working that accident near Collington Road. Traffic is getting by, but we do have some backing just before there. Then it opens up, and everything looks good all the way out to the toll plaza. Once you pay your toll at the plaza, you're across the bridge with no time. East and west looking good at this time, and no reported problems from the eastern shore. If you see something on the roads, by all means, let us know on the Michael and Son Cooling Traffic Tip Line, and we will let everyone know. This report brought to you by the Visit Baltimore Star-Spangled Celebration. It launches the bicentennial of the War of 1812, June 13th through the 19th in Baltimore. See tall ships, naval vessels, and a Blue Angels air show. For details and to reserve your room, visit starspangled200.com. Your next traffic at 10:51 on All News 99.1.
Live at the Thompson Creek Window Company Weather Center, here's meteorologist Bill Dager.
Well, it's shaping up to be a very nice start to the weekend weather-wise out there. We'll see partial sunshine, a breezy and pleasant afternoon with a high around 76. A few clouds, and we'll stay dry tonight as well. Lows from 52 in some suburbs to 60 in D.C. Clouds and sunshine to end the weekend tomorrow, becoming breezy. Could be a shower or thunderstorm during the afternoon and evening hours. Won't be any severe weather, though. A high of 77. Clouds and sun as we head back to work and school on Monday, with a shower or storm possible as well. A high of 76. Right now it's 69 and partly sunny in D.C. The Weather Watch never stops. I'm meteorologist Bill Dager on Washington's weather station, All News 99.1.
WNEW News Time, 1044. They're considering whether to criminally charge a woman who accidentally, she says, drove over her 2 kids and 3 other kids as they played in a driveway in Lewisdale, Maryland on Thursday night. Here's our Karen Adams with more.
The Prince George's State's attorney is considering whether to charge Mariana Cruz Lopez. Prince George's police say the woman was unlicensed when she got into her SUV and accidentally hit the gas instead of the brake, running over her 2 children and 3 other kids. Lopez's 8-year-old daughter was killed. The woman's young son and 3 other children remain in the hospital. Police say the accident followed a dispute Lopez had with her landlord as she was moving out of the Hannon Street home where it happened. Montgomery County Police had recently cited Lopez for being unlicensed and giving a false name. In Lewisdale, Karen Adams, All News 99.1.
The UN's top human